It's Monday, May 4th. I have 3 yards to cut today. I picked up two new mowings. They're not for sure. I have to go out and give the quotes. Got that one today, and then that one tomorrow. My prices are pretty decent. So I usually get the mowings. I'm gonna head out and do them. Probably film one of the properties. Maybe not. Exactly 30 minutes. I'm gonna head out and do my other one. Then I'm gonna drop the trailer, take the push mower over, and cut my small one. Some of the yards you don't even need to take the X mark. It's more pain than gain. So I'm gonna probably do a little filming on this one of me mowing it. Edge It Pro is working out nice. Ran out of weed whacker string, so I gotta wind that up. I finished up, the stripes are looking nice, as usual. You'll be able to see them in the video that I shot of me mowing it. I hope that turned out pretty well. I'm gonna go home, drop the trailer, get my push mower, and go out and mow the other yard and give a quote. And I gotta go to my other job at 4:30, or at 4:45, so probably a pretty busy day. I got grass in my mouth. Hey, you definitely get dirty doing lawn care. That is something you can't really avoid. Mowed this yard here then, earlier today. I'm pulling up to my house. Arrived on property. This is my bi-weekly. It's pretty long. Shouldn't take me more than 20. Does anyone else have this problem with the Echo Speed Feed head? You're weed whacking, you giving it a lot of gas, then you let off. And then when you get back on the gas, all the wire goes back in the head, and you have to take it apart and get it back out. It won't come back out. And it keeps doing that repeatedly. So you have to keep on the gas, otherwise it's going to go right back in. Pissing me off. I hate that head. Does anyone tell me why it's doing that? Am I doing something wrong? Is it junk? Or do they all do that? I don't know. I'm probably going to be looking for a new head for the Echo. I do not like the Speed Feed at all. So yeah, if you've had the same problems and figured out what the problem is, let me know in the comments. It'd be greatly appreciated. I just finished up my quote. It's a weekly, it's a $35 weekly. The yard's a foot high, so I told them the first cut's gonna be $50, and then following will be $35. And if it's a bi-weekly, it's gonna be $40. So they went with weekly, which is what I wanted. I also got them on doing a spring cleanup. They don't want the mulch, because I guess they can't afford it or whatever. But I am doing a cleanup. Just basically edge and take the weeds out and then spray them. So that shouldn't take too long. and there won't be a whole lot of cost other than the spray, which is like hardly anything. So yeah, I should make some good profit on that job. It's Tuesday, it's a little after 12. Today my goal is to tear out some garden beds and to remove a couple bushes. More of a favor than a job. I don't even want to do it, but I'm just going to do it for him. The old truck's going down to the mechanics. It's Friday night if I can arrange it. The shifter cable, it keeps coming unconnected, so it will shift it into park. It's not going into park, it stays in gear. Or vice versa, taking it out of park doesn't go in gear. So you have to crawl under, hook it back up. So I need to get that replaced, and I need to get the AC filled. It doesn't have AC right now. It's starting to get pretty annoying not having AC now that the weather's starting to get hot. So I'm gonna head out and do my jobs. It's Wednesday, it's 12:13. Getting ready to hook up my trailer. I'm not gonna be going to mow for a while because it's been raining all morning. I have 3 yards to cut today. Picked up a new one. Well, I'm in the process of picking up another one. So I've been very, very busy this week. I haven't even had time to do my quotes. Every time I go to try to give a quote, either he's not available or I'm not available. It's an acre property, so it's going to be $60 to $80 cut. It's about an acre. So I told him that up front because it's a good distance away. I don't want to go there if he's trying to get it cut for $50, you know. So I did pick up some interesting work. I'm meeting a guy on Saturday. This is his website. Basically, he called me through my ad on Craigslist. He's interested in doing some subcontracting with me. Basically, he needs my truck to deliver mulch and topsoil for him in areas. So I'm interested in taking on some of that because it's some pretty decent money. And he can send mowing and other work my way, and I can send work his way that I can't do. So I'm going to meet that guy on Saturday and see if we can work something out. So yeah, I'm going to go mow. Heading out to do my first of 3 cuts for today. I might film it, I might not. We'll see how it turns out, because it is semi-wet out. So if it's not going to be turning out well, I'm not going to even bother filming it. There's some mulch. It was the crappy mulch, so. You can get free mulch from my township, but it is terrible. I mean terrible. Playground mulch is even nicer than it. There's a reason it's free. Looks like there's someone here today. That'll affect the Edge Pro if that car's sitting there. Oh well. Well, that yard took it at least an hour. Turned out really nice though, which is what matters. The reason it took a while is because it's wet. The grass is wet, everything takes longer. Had to run the X mark slower so it wouldn't clump. Had to make turns a whole lot slower so you wouldn't rut it up. When it's wet, if you whip it around, you're gonna leave a rut in the ground. That was starting to back out on me. Yeah, so I try not to leave any turnaround marks. With a belt drive, it's very, very hard not to. Just because you can't do a 3-point turn without putting it in reverse or dragging it backwards. All of which is very hard to do and time consuming. I just spent about 10 minutes looking for Ridgewood. It's the street I'm on. I had no idea where it was at. I came out the other day to give a quote, but I did not remember the exact area. I mean, there are so many little streets that come in and out of this neighborhood. It's ridiculous. And I turned up one too late that way, so I was looking in the wrong area for the longest time. So this is the yard. It's gonna be a $50 one because it hasn't been cut yet this season. So I'm gonna go cut it. Probably gonna take a long time. There's a really steep hill in the back. I'll probably have to use the push mower. I finished up. That is a really nice retaining wall they have there. Man, I vastly underquoted this job. I quoted the first one for 50 just because it was about 2 foot long. But I told them, I'm like, look, you're welcome to look for another company, but if you want to continue the services, it's gonna be 50 per week. And I started out at 35. As I went, because they have a huge hill in the back, as I went from 35, okay, it'll be 40. And then I'm like, no, it's gonna be 45. And then by the end, I'm like, no, it's gonna be 50 per week. If they want to continue the service, that's what I'm gonna charge them. And I can almost guarantee you no other company's gonna come in and do it for under 50. The size of that hill in the backyard. And as crappy as it is, there's a lot of weed eating involved. I ran the weed whacker at full throttle for probably 20 minutes because I had to. There was no other way to get the stuff down. It's 3:50 on Wednesday. I arrived at the property. I'm gonna quickly mow it. Get to use the Edge Pro for the first time on this yard. Well, I'm finishing up for the day. Did that yard, looks the same as it does every other week, so I didn't even bother filming it. Next stop is the bank to put in my check, and then I'm buying a bagger for the X mark. There's way too much clippings laying on that yard. It's not healthy for that much to be laying in there. It's gonna build up a heck of a layer of thatch over time. So I need to start collecting the grass there, at least till summer breaks. So I'm gonna head out to the bank. I don't know if you can see all the grass clippings, but this is the guy who cuts my neighbor's yard. It is just covered in clippings. He doesn't stripe it, he doesn't go back and forth. He just puts them all in one big pile, that's why. And he doesn't double cut it. He's just saying to get in and then get out. Either way, I'm off to do my 1.5 yards of mulch. I have to be back by 1 o'clock. So I have to take my trailer in to get inspected for real this time. Have the new tires, have the lock nuts. Hopefully it'll pass. Because I may or may not have been driving it uninspected for the past like 2 months. Hey, we're trying to get it inspected. Either way, so I need to be back, and then I'll have to go back, and then I might have to leave again, and I might have to come back. So it's gonna be one of those days. Got the front yard done. I'm a little late though. I gotta go hook up my trailer. Take all the stuff off it because I'm going to get it inspected. I picked up another mulching job. It was one of the neighbors that came out. They were looking at it. They asked me a question about the mulch. I knew that they were going to ask me to do it. The moment they asked me what kind of mulch that was, I knew that they were gonna want it, because I could tell they liked it. So yeah, Picked up another one. I gotta quote them tonight. I don't have any of my quotes with me, so that sucks. I told them I'd do it around 3 o'clock on my way back after dropping the trailer off at the inspection place. So yeah, I'm gonna head out and take my trailer. Still Thursday, it's almost 4 o'clock. I just dropped the trailer off back at my house. Got it inspected, it passed. Everything's on the way to the state to get the license plate because we made the trailer ourselves out of a frame we had. So we're a step closer to having a legal trailer. Now we just gotta wait for the state to send us back our tags and crap. And I just passed where I was supposed to go because I wasn't paying attention. Now I gotta turn around. I was thinking I was heading to my other job. Look at this stone walkway. I don't know how they did this, but this thing is awesome. Each individual stone is glued into place. I have no idea, everything but that one. I have no idea how that works. I don't know if it's dipped in something beforehand or if they spray something on it afterwards. But this is like it's like you're walking on concrete. You don't even know you're walking on stone. So I did all the mulch around here. Came back to show you the view. This is my kind of house. So you get awesome shade from all the trees. Got a bond pit down there. Nice deck. Beautiful view of the creek. There's the neighbors. I'm doing them Thursday of next week, I think. They also have one of these stone walkways back there. Looks really, really nice. I want to learn to do these. They even said they spent a lot of money on this, and I don't doubt it at all. This thing is beautiful. So yeah, I'm finished up with this job. I'm technically finishing up the day now. Going to get paid, which is definitely the best part of any job you do. Who cares about the work as long as you get the payment? I'm filming because I wanted to show this yard here. Looks really, really, really nice. One looks beautiful. I would like to have that yard. Whoever's doing it is doing a very good job. I actually saw them doing it yesterday. They had a F2 or F350 not hooked up to their big enclosed trailer, and they had an F-150 pulling like a 20-foot enclosed trailer. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but whatever. They're doing a good job. Man, I just made a deal that I'm real happy about. I was gonna offer the people I just mulched, they have a really small front yard, and they don't even have a backyard. I was gonna offer to mow it for free if they let me dump all my grass in their woods. I mentioned it, and they're like, we want it, because they want a compost pile. And before I even mentioned cutting it for free, they're like, yes, please dump here. I'm like, didn't bother mentioning I'll cut it for free. I mean, why would I? If they're gonna let me dump for free, I'm gonna dump for free, and I'll gladly accept it. So thank you client, you're awesome. So yeah, my Thursday is over. It's 8:25, it's almost dark. I'm gonna get up tomorrow, do my school, go out and mow 4 yards. It's Thursday, it's 11:54 a.m. I have 3 yards to cut today. I could have started a lot earlier, but I got my new bagger for the X Mark. Decided to assemble that, and I'm gonna use it. Especially now that I have a place to dump all my clippings. I'm gonna use it when I can. In Pennsylvania, the grass grows really freaking long in the spring. So sometimes you're cutting half the length of it off. And you can't just keep side discharging that, because you're gonna develop a thick layer of thatch, and you don't want that. So I'm gonna start collecting my grass at least till the summer, and I might start mulching it if I can get away with it. So yeah, I'm gonna head out and do my 4 yards today. It's 12:49. I finished up my first yard. I've been kind of dragging this week. Things have been going longer, taking longer than they should. As long as I get it done, I don't care too much about how long it takes. Kind of do it at a relaxing pace. Try not to rush yourself too much. I mean, unless you have to. So I'm gonna head out and do my other 3 for today. I have to do 2 more, and then wait till 5 o'clock. So I'm meeting a new person, and I'm gonna cut it the same day I meet him because it's a good distance away. It's an acre property, so I gave him the quote over the phone, $20 difference. Told him it'd be whatever or whatever. And we'll settle it for sure when I see the property. So yeah, I gotta wait for a little while to do that one yet. It's 1:31. Finished up this yard. It's looking nice. I'll show you on the way back. Going on to the next one down here. I think I got here around 1 o'clock, so it took about 30 minutes. It isn't too bad. I bagged it with the new bagger. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Yeah, I did. I already mentioned that I got the bagger for the X-Mark. It's working out really well. Stripes are a lot more they look a lot better because there's not clippings all through them. Maybe that's the key to getting beautiful stripes, or more beautiful stripes than you had before. I'm not sure. I'm arriving to the third property for today. It was like a 3-minute drive from the last one. I'm gonna try not to block any of the driveways. Should do it. This is gonna be a first cut of the season, but this yard is really, really small. And this is the one that I get to dump all my grass clippings at. So I'm just gonna bag it up and dump everything that's in the truck out as well. So I should be done by 2 o'clock. Okay, this yard took a little bit longer than planned because I spent a lot of time detailing the edge with the Edge It Pro. Because right now this is a 1 or 2 time cut. But what I'm guessing will happen is the husband's gonna get lazy and like how well it looks. And then he's just gonna say, you know what, just keep doing it. So I'm trying to make it look real good. And I'm gonna dump off my grass clippings. Finish up this yard. Took me about 37 minutes, but I had to dump off my grass. Once you get started on this yard, you could do it in about 15 minutes. It's a very small front yard, a really small side yard. It can be done with the X-Mark in like 5 minutes. Depends on how much you trim. That decides how long it takes. So I have a place to dump my grass clippings now, which is very nice. Even if I'm not working for them, I can still dump them there because they want them for, I don't even know what they want them for. Like probably a mulch pile or a compost pile. I don't really care what they want them for because none of my business. As long as I have a place to dump them, I'm happy. So we're coming up on the yard I just finished up a little while ago, the other one. It's the striping capability of the X-Mark. I double striped it, I double cut it, 2 different ways. So you can see the stripes if you're walking on the sidewalk, and you can see them when you're driving by. It makes it look really nice, and it makes it really smooth because you're double cutting it. You're getting anything you missed on the first time, and just cutting it from 2 different angles. Well, this guy's butchering his yard. Cutting it from 2 different angles just smooths it out in general. Here's a nice setup this guy has. The property looks beautiful. This is the one I showed last night. I don't know what they're doing to it today. They were doing the neighbors, so they definitely got a referral off that house. I can see why. I think it was beautiful. I hate this. Max speed, 5 miles an hour. Stop and go traffic. So it's never like this. I don't know if it's because it's rush hour or what. My client's actually behind me on the way home from work. I just called him to let him know I might be late. He's like, yeah, I might be too. And then he said where he was. And I'm like, oh, well, you're actually behind me. So I'll get there a little before he does. At least we get to go slow up the mountain, take a look at the countryside, and watch I don't hit this Ford in front of me. Suddenly it just got so much cooler with all the trees. And it's a good place to sit when you don't have AC. I need to get it recharged. I do have AC, it just doesn't work right now. Well, this is kind of cool in a way. I don't think I've been up this far in at least 3 years, probably even more. It's been a very long time since I've been up here. But it's nice and shady, which is making it a lot cooler. At least now that we're going down the mountain, the temperature gauge is going down. I can actually see it going down. It was getting up there, 3/4 all the way up. I could see it climbing as I was going up the mountain, because it was idling pretty high. Because you're going 5 miles an hour up the mountain the whole time. That stays in first gear the whole time. Well, that concludes this week in lawn care. It's Friday, 6:20 p.m. Should be home by 7 o'clock. We gotta sharpen the blades Saturday. The yard was about a foot high. The guy's mower broke. He's moving soon, so I didn't want to buy a new one. I need to paint that speed bump. It's the second time I hit it going too fast. It's Saturday. I'm gonna throw this video together. I have to sharpen my blades, and I have to meet a contractor today about doing some subcontracting. He's gonna send me some work his way. So yeah, thanks for watching.